welcome back to Stitching Big Things with Hallie. I'm Hallie, thanks so much for joining me again today. Today, I thought we'd do something just a little different. When I was stitching along this week, I came to a perfect spot and I decided that it was time to try a stitch with me. So that's what we're gonna do today. Let me show you what I've been working on. This is the Halloween Village Collector's Series. This is by Stoney. Again, I show you guys this. It's the most horrendous picture. I don't know why they did that. I know they were trying to get it all on. Let me give you a zoom in. That's what it's going to look like. I am in between 4 and 5 is what I am working on. You're going to see basically this pumpkin, and I am adding in the glow in the dark thread. So as always, guys, this is the first time I'm ever trying this, so please grab your stitching, grab a drink, sit down and listen. Hopefully I don't make anybody sick from moving around too much. Hopefully I can keep it all in camera view, and hopefully I don't get any knots in my thread. So sit back, relax, enjoy this stitch with me, and we'll be back next week with a regular update. See you then.
Hey everybody, welcome to my very first stitch with me. I am stitching today on the Stoney Creek Halloween Village Series Afghan. And I had been working on this throughout the week and was starting to do this in between, just basically fill in. And I thought, how perfect is this? We could do our first stitch with me and I wouldn't have to be paying attention to pattern. I can just fill in and stitch. So that's what we're going to try to do today. So first of all, I want to thank you guys for joining me. This is my first stitch with me, so if I make a mistake, I apologize. If it's just not perfect, by all means, I'm just trying. We'll play and we'll keep improving as we move along. One thing I did notice is I'm going to be doing some fill-in. I missed a couple stitches in here, but we're going to stay away from that area. We'll probably just work down along this bottom row here. So no worries about that. So, but let's go ahead and get started and just chat a little bit. So go ahead and grab your stitching, grab something to drink, and I'm going to zoom you guys in a little bit here, and we'll just stitch together. The other thing, just FYI, I just propped this up on my knee. So as I move around, I may adjust the camera just a little bit to make sure that I've got everything in view. So the couple other things to note is I do stitch two-handed. My right hand is under the material and my left hand is on top because I am right-handed. So this particular thread that I am using can be a bit of a challenge. Most of this is in DMC. This particular section is this E940. So it's the glow in the dark DMC thread. It's great once it's all in and good to go. It can be a bit of a hassle to get it in. So hopefully we'll have no trouble today and we can just get it going. Now, this particular pattern, because it is an Afghan, it does call for 4/2. So it's a 20 count material. It's just whatever the called for was. I just ordered it directly from them. So that's not a problem. The 4/over does help make it a little bulky, which is fine. You do need that to get that Afghan look. So, but it does make threading this glow-in-the-dark material or thread a little challenging. So I do use a needle threader. Usually I don't. Usually I'm just a thread licker. But with this particular stuff, it frays so bad on the end that I do find I go ahead and utilize the needle threader. So, how has everybody's week been? I hope it has been a lovely week. It's been a great week here. Things are just moving along as normal. We're enjoying a little break from the Texas heat. At this point during the year, we still do get, in the 80s, 70s and 80s, sometimes even high 80s during the day, which is, not a problem. But our nights are getting crisper, which is really important. So, and the humidity is gone, which is super nice. If you were with me last week and saw last week's video, you know that I had house guests in this week. So that was super fun. My sweet friend that lives up in Minnesota was down visiting her son who lives in Austin. And we have been friends. I was thinking about this the other day. She used to babysit my oldest, who is 21. So we have been friends, for 20 years or so. I was very happy when our friendship continued after the daycare situation was no longer needed. I knew as soon as I went in her house, you go do an interview in their home. It was an in-home daycare. And I could see her stitching. It was all over her house. And I'm like, you're a stitcher? Oh my goodness. And so we instantly had that bond. And she just is a nice lady and a wonderful woman on top of that, with a wonderful family. So, but back in the day, I guess when we left there, to move here, her kids were probably early in high school maybe. We've been here 13 years, and they are now adults in their mid and latter 20s, which is shocking to me to have these adults walk in my home, but so nice. And I so enjoyed seeing them and catching up on their lives and what's happening for them. My friend is a grandmother. She has, her daughter has 3 children. And they came as well. And so it was really nice. I got, I've seen pictures of these babies since they were born. And I've heard many stories, but I'd never got to meet them. So that was lovely to be able to spend some time getting to, live with these little kids. So it was really nice. They came in on Saturday night and took off on Sunday. So they were just here a very, very short time. But for them to have stopped here at all was super nice and a real blessing. So happy that had happened. So otherwise, things are just trucking along. I hope everybody has been having a good week. Hope everybody's been getting a lot of stitching in. Like I said, I worked on this Afghan series this week, and I've also worked on my Snow Friends banner. I hope my hand is staying out of the way enough for you to be able to see. I do a lot of touching of my threads, particularly with this one because it's 4/2. I find that I want them to lay nice, so I hope my hands are staying out of the way enough for everybody to have something to see. The other thing is I'm hoping I'm not moving around too much for you because I do not have this on a frame. I just have it in a Q-snap and it's just propped up on my leg. So hopefully it's being fairly steady. You can see the tension is rather loose, which is fine. I do not mind that whatsoever. I am not, some people are very, very picky and have to have everything just the right way when they stitch. And I am not, that way. If things are a little looser, or if I get them a little tighter, great. It doesn't seem to make that much difference in my stitching. So I have been trying a fun thing this week that I thought I would share with you guys here before we wrap up. For those who have been around for a while, you may have heard me talk. I do enjoy studying mindset work and how many of those internal thoughts that we have, that they do not have to be what controls us, that we are able to kind of overcome those thoughts and feelings and kind of live in a more calm or a more peaceful state. And I have kind of studied this for years with different groups and reading books and that kind of thing. And I have been in a group probably, I think we started back in January of 2020, a group of very like-minded ladies. And so I learn a lot from them, and we kind of do just kind of our own little group, and it's super fun. But one of the things that I have been doing this week, and we've been kind of focusing on here, is kind of the power of play. And everything is so serious, and many times I feel like even I do it. I get into a very serious mode. Kids, you have to be doing this correctly, and we have to do, we have to get good grades, and we have to, all those things. And everything just feels so serious. And I'm like, you know what? Life doesn't have to be quite so serious. I mean, there's obviously serious times and serious things, but in amongst that, we can have levity and we can have fun. And one of the things that I find that brings me joy is music, and particularly dancing to music. And so it always seems to put me in a better mood when I put my earbuds in, or I'm listening to music in the car and I crank it up a little bit, and then I stop worrying about the people in the car next to me, and I just sing and get into the rhythm and kind of shimmy in my seat a little bit. And so I decided to translate that into my day this week. And so I have been using my alarms on my phone, and once a day I have set an alarm, and when that alarm goes off, I usually have it set to music, and it will play whatever song I have chosen. Okay, hold on here. I'm going to pick this up in just a minute, my story up in just a minute. I am now at the end of this thread. I am going to flip it over and show you I just need to flip it over to bury it on the back. So I am going to go ahead and show you guys that as well, just because that's how I do things. And then we'll trim it off. I got another thread here. I didn't get trimmed very well. Very good. Okay. I do have one more loaded thread just because I wanted to be prepared for y'all. Make sure we're back where we're at. And I am gonna, a lot of times I pull that stitch just a little hard. So I'm gonna take just a second and use my needle and kind of loosen that top thread just a bit so that it will lay more nicely and not be quite so gappy. So, okay, because I am using 4 strands on this, I'm doing basically 2 and looping it over and gonna do the loop start here. So I can do all of that on top of the material, which is very nice. So I'm just gonna go through there. Basically I come up and then I go down in the side that I came up and kind of tug it through and it just slips right to the back. So, and I have 2 threads that I'm doing this with. So when I bend it over, bend it over and create the loop, it's 4 threads, which is what I need. So, all right, I think I'm adjusted again and we are back in business. Adjust it just a smidge for my arm. So anyway, back to this little experiment I've been doing. So I set my alarm, and when my alarm goes off, it goes off and it plays some music. And whatever I've been doing, doing dishes, doing laundry, scrubbing the floor, whatever it is, I pause and I dance to that music, to that song, and just enjoy that song. And I remember and I think about being a young girl who would, dance on a Saturday night at, a club or what, just remembering the times that I've enjoyed being young and being free and not worrying about all the things that as adults we tend to worry about, just enjoying. And a couple of times I've had it go off here at home with the kids. And, I have teenage boys. They think I'm a little crazy. But after the first couple times, I'm like, guys, dance party, dance party. It's 3 minutes. They come over and they have a dance party with me. And if nothing else, they're laughing at me. And I'm laughing because they're laughing. And we're all having a good time. And my husband's in the kitchen or in the living room shaking his head at us dancing. So, everybody wins. Everybody comes out with a brighter, happier attitude at the end. And it's been a wonderful experiment this week. So, I am encouraging all of you, if music is something that brings you joy, and maybe you like to just meditate with some music. Maybe you would rather not dance, you just want to sing, or you want to take a moment and listen to an opera or a show tune song, or whatever makes you feel good. Take a moment, set that alarm, be intentional about spending just a few minutes. For me, it's in levity and in play, so dancing and laughing at myself and laughing with my children. And it just really, it's been really good. It's been nice, and has really been a great experiment. So again, I encourage you, just give it a try. And then, if you feel so inclined, I would love to hear how your experiment goes. I thought that would maybe be, when I do these little Stitch With Me's, I would try to bring a nugget of information, something to think about, a little practice that I am doing that really is enhancing my life, and I think might be beneficial to others. So You can take it, you can leave it, you can shake your head at me and think I'm crazy. That's okay too. But if it helps, and if you find goodness out of it, by all means, just let me know. And if you, we'll continue on with that kind of thing. So, what do y'all listen to, or what do you do when you're stitching? Do you watch TV? Do you like to watch Netflix? Are you a podcast listener? Do you like books on tape? I am all of the above. So anything that I can put on that I can listen to. Most of the time, I'm generally not watching. Now, if I'm watching basketball, you all know how I love basketball. And the NBA has started up again. We're in preseason. Thank you, Jesus. And I enjoy football, of course, too. So I will do a little more watching, or, if I hear a, whoa, if the crowd goes crazy, we'll hit rewind for half a second so I can see exactly what I missed. But most of the part, I can kind of keep track of what's going on in the game, and I can stitch. Definitely love a good podcast. I am a huge true crime crazy lady. And there are oodles and oodles of podcasts about true crime. So, maybe someday I'll share some of my favorites with you guys. And if you have any that you love, I would love to hear that as well. So, okay, we are getting down to the end of this thread. I don't think it will take me as far as I need to go, but I think we're going to wrap it up for our first time. And like I said, by all means, if you guys enjoyed this little stitch with me, just let me know. And we'll certainly try and continue to occasionally put these in. So, and like I said, I will get better about coordinating it all and getting it all in. So, alrighty. Well, I think that's it. I think I will flip it over and tuck it all. Thank you again, folks, for sticking with me if you've stuck it out this long. I will be back next week with a traditional floss tube, and you'll be able to, hopefully all this will be all filled in, and maybe we've even moved on over to the next section. So we'll see you then. Everybody have a great week, and don't forget, keep stitching those big things.